Okay, guys, talking about spring bait hives or swarm traps. I wanted to show you this one that I built. I don't have the best construction skills, and I like to use kind of what I've already got. So I've had these mating nukes for raising queens for a couple seasons. I don't raise my own queens, but I've used them as nuke boxes to put smaller colonies in before they can grow up. But I don't really use them a lot. So I thought, hey, I've got this one here, and I've got a beat up old 5-frame nuke box that had kind of a rotting top on it. And I took the bottom off. And so now I've got this whole hollow cavity inside. And the studies that have been done on bait hives is when the scouts come into the entrance, they walk the circumference of the hive to see what the volume is. And they like a empty cavity as they come in. So when you're building these, think of this as you're not really going to want to put frames down here. All your frames are going to be up here. So you can put 4 or 5 frames up here. As far as what I like to put in mine, I've got some old yucky frames that I've glued larger popsicle sticks. You can get them at the craft store on here. This just acts as a area for the bees to build on as they build comb down, and again will add to that empty cavity that you want. And then I'm putting in for scent an old frame of brood comb, which smells like old bees, but at a point within your hive, bees won't want to really build on this older stuff, so it's a good way to reuse that. If you don't have full frames, you can cut a piece of this out, stick it in there. I've melted it down, rubbed the inside, but basically you want this to smell like a bee colony. And then I've got a nice frame of nice comb here, and with hopes that they will build on this. And keep in mind, when you're checking your traps, if they're a ways away or at somebody else's yard, you want to give them the stuff that they can start building on. One thing you don't want to do is put any type of food in here, so any frames with honey on them, dried out pollen, you want them completely robbed out and dry, because that's going to attract foraging bees to rob it out. And if you're a scout looking for a new place to live, you don't want to start a fight or walk into a fight if you're finding a new place to live. So they will avoid a bait hive if it's got a bunch of robbers in there stealing bait. So keep that in mind. A couple other things that I do, make sure I widen the entrance on this one. You want it to be 1 to 1.5 inches thick. Not necessarily super crucial, but you don't want it super tiny or huge that you're going to attract pests into it. I'll hit it with a little of this Swarm Commander, which is like a lemongrass oil proprietary mixture, but I've had really good luck with this. I'll do 1 spray to the front, 1 on the inner cover, and then seal it up. I also collect old queens and that didn't make it, or dead queens, and smush them, and I've got them in isopropyl alcohol. I'll dip a Q-tip of this, put it in here. And then this year I'm going to be putting 5 or 6 swarm trap bait hives in other people's yards. And I got this from Blue Green Horizons, an idea they had, which is to take these little mini vials that have a cap on them that's for dosing out, and I put lemongrass oil in this. So what I can do without even disturbing the hive, I can take the cap off, throw it in here, throw it in the top, and this will slow release over time. So just a couple things to think about. Don't be intimidated. Put out a bait hive. They don't catch bees if they're in your shed. Thanks.